Friends, it has been an absolutely fantastic start of the day. The start of the day before some of my favorite weather. We're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow. Now I know I've mentioned it like 100 times, 100,000 times in the last few videos. Part shortage, hard to get a hold of parts. So we've been going out and riding a lot, which has been like insanely fun, but I've definitely been missing at least doing more, like a little more tinkering. So thankfully, some of the parts that I need have now showed up. And actually, I don't even think I'm really going to use them yet. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Remember, we built the balance bike. The biggest, most exciting part of that is getting a set of Vans Cult tires. These are sweet. Remember I mentioned I need a new helmet? How does it look? Anyway, maiden voyage for this in the snow tomorrow, I think. What bike should we ride in the snow? Anyway, the whole point of being in here is to mock up the parts that I currently have and sort of start to really solidify the ideas that I have for the Spindatt motivation build. Currently speaking, there's easily around 150 entrants. It's still open. It'll be open for another 12 days, I think. How many days? I'm organizing this. I should know that stuff. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the actual knowns. The things that we know are gonna get on the motivator. Now, number one is not this seat post. It will be the old setback zip service course seat post from Rawstercross. So let's just, wheels. Let's talk wheels for a second. Ian, my friend Ian, gave me, they were downsizing, these H Plus Sun arch types laced to some pretty, like, whatever hubs. I don't know what the hubs are. I don't know what the spokes are. They're probably DT Champions. It's a Campagnolo 11-speed free hub body, which is a little bit annoying, but 11-speed Campy cassettes will allow like SRAM and Shimano 11-speed shifters and derailleurs to shift on them. So I'm out of the woods. It's not that big a deal. It's just I'll need to buy a relatively wide range Campy 11-speed cassette and then mess with what I've got for drivetrain. Next is a 40-tooth oval wolf tooth chainring. I've got two choices here. I don't know which one to go with. I have an Ultegra crankset. I've also got a 105 crankset. So I do have a new 44mm Cane Creek headset to replace this monstrosity of a headset that came out. It's like it was living underwater. I'm gonna use this for the mock-up, but after paint, I'm gonna put a proper sealed Cane Creek headset in there, which should make it last a lot longer. Fork. The original Rawstercross fork. I'm partially doing it to see if there's enough steer tube here. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Panaracer, Gravel Kings, smooth Gravel Kings, green black wall. Gonna be sweet. I'm still on the fence with what I want to do for bars and stems, so anyway. I can make excuses all day. Let's just... All right, moment of truth. Okay, that worked out not bad. It's right there. It's like right there. If there's any more stack, I'd be looking at a different fork. I do have another fork, but really like that this old Jamis fork is actually drilled out for a cantilever brake hanger. Even though, I'm just thinking about this now, I think I'm gonna put V-brakes on this. This might not matter. I don't want to paint this fork, but because like we've done green and red here before, haven't we? And it wasn't loved. It wasn't universally loved. Ignore the bars. I'm not going to do drop bars on this build. I'm going to do flat bars. I just don't have them. God, I would hate to paint this fork, but it's necessary. I think it needs to be done. I'm thinking in an effort to avoid any confusion, not get any hopes up. This bike is not going drop bars, so we got to take them off. Because then it'll get everybody excited in the thumbnail, and we don't want that. We don't want people clicking on these videos. I threw the tires on the rim. I don't actually have any tubes, so they're just deflated. They're getting their new shape. Welcome to your new shape, Smooth Gravel Kings. But yeah, that's starting to come together. Of course, it looks like total trash because, well, the colors are everywhere. There's no paint. Of course, I understand that everybody's going to be a little bit bummed that maybe this isn't staying raw aluminum, but we've got so many raw aluminum bikes here already. And now that I have parts here, the basic idea is totally set. All of this stuff is kind of acquired. I could put the cranks on, but I don't see any real reason to. It's not going to change the look of the bike that much. I think I got too excited by throwing parts on and seeing what this all could possibly look like. As a bit of an homage to the raw aluminum of this, and the fact that I, in the last video that we worked on this bike, took the time to brushed aluminum effect this down tube, I want to make sure that that at least stays, and I want it to stay with the Spindatt signature logo. So I'm going to put this on now to preserve the life of the raw brushed aluminum that I have. It's not polished super crazy, so I actually expect clear coat to stick to it not bad. I hope. Oh, whoa! I've never seen it down. I've never seen it on the ground with wheels before. That is hybrid stance right there. This thing's gonna look cool. It's gonna look cool with flat bars on it and all the gear on it. This, I like this look. I hope it is serving as motivation for you if you're sitting on the fence, whether you want to submit a project to the Spindatt Trasher Bash. You know, this thing literally was on the side of the road by the beach, literal trash. And I am, well, I'm thrashing, trying to get it to look cool. And I do think it looks cool. I think it's way better. Well, obviously it's way better than what it was. It was nothing. And now it's, well, it's still nothing, but it's nothing with a bunch of really cool stuff bolted to it. That's it. That's this thing mocked up. That will be the shape of this build. I promise you that. There's just gonna be some trickle in of parts that need to go on there.